Everyone in Melbourne, everyone that I know down in the poker room is right behind me, supporting me. It's just amazing to be here, to make it this far. It cost me $120 to get through, and it's just amazing. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true.
You know, aside from being, say, a professor in statistics, I can't think of an occupation that would prepare you better for tournament poker than car salesman. Look at that face. You want to buy a Pinto?
Maybe taking a limo home. Back to our feature table. Erik Seidel going to fold. Now Max Pescatore with an ace-king.
Pescatore's been getting some good cards here at our feature table.
Sure has. Going to raise it up to 45,000. Now Bailing, and Bailing with a king-queen.
And again, short-handed, we are seeing some big hands.
So Bailing will call. Dane Lomas squeezes out a 10-9 suited.
Remember, he's short-stacked.
And he will call in the small blind. Now over to Peter Mobbs, the 27-year-old Australian, and it's too rich for him. So 3 players now to the flop. And it is a king 10-7.
Barry, that is an action flop. Everybody's connected. Lomas has middle pair. Both Bailing and Pescatore have top pair. Pescatore, of course, has the boss hand.
And he's going to bet 85,000. And now Bailing. And Bailing does have top pair.
Call.
And he'll call. Now Dane Lomas.
Well, Lomas, at this point, I think, has to give it up. One player bet out and another one called. He, well...
Re-raises to 225,000.
And that amount that Dane Lomas bet, I think, has now committed him for the rest of this hand. He might as well have just moved it all in, because now he's stuck with it. And we know Pescatore is going nowhere with that ace-king.
And Pescatore's going to push all in. And Bailing says thanks very much, but no thanks.
Dane Lomas can hope and pray that Pescatore has a draw, but I think he knows the truth.
Did it to myself.
And Barry, what Dane Lomas means by that is he sort of stepped into this predicament, and it's too late now to step out. There's just too many chips in this pot. Yeah, Lomas is going to call his last 230,000 and hope for the best.
Tournament life at stake, and it is a tenuous position for Lomas, to be sure.
No.
Well, a 3 of diamonds on the turn.
Lomas will need a 10 or a 9, or he's done.
To the river, it is an 8, and Lomas is done.
Dane Lomas started the day third in chips. A disappointing conclusion.
Well, there's no need for Max to take a swig of the old Ano bottle, because a bad beat didn't come this time. The Italian pirate swimming in friendly waters. Welcome back to FullTiltPoker.net's coverage of the main event of the 2008 Aussie Millions. Let's take a look at the chip count on our main table. Nico Bailing is the big stack. Second overall, Erik Seidel and Max Pescatore are hovering around the chip average. Mike Chrysantopoulos still leads, just over 2.4 million. The blinds at our feature table, now 10,000 and 20,000 with a 3,000 ante. And joining the table, 2 Melbourne natives. That's Peter Ling on the left. And to the right, Antonio Casale, who was the chip leader entering the day. Ling is folded. Now Casale with an ace-king.
Nice.
And he's going to raise it to 60,000. Peter Mobbs folds. Erik Seidel squeezing out a 10-9 suited.
And looking over his chips, Wally the Wombat, a lucky charm given to him by an Australian.
And Wally and Erik both call. Pescatore will fold. Now Nico Bailing. And he'll call. So 3 to the flop. 4 if you count Wally. Ace, Jack, 8, 2 spades.
This is a huge flop. Erik Seidel, straight and flush draw. Nico Bailing, middle pair, he checks it. And Antonio Casale has top pair with the best kicker. He's going to fire. We're going to see a bunch of chips in this pot.
Casale bets $125,000 to Seidel.
And Erik Seidel, you see, just with a 10 high at this point, but his drawing odds are so high, he's actually a favorite, and he just calls. I think he wants to try to draw that man, Nico Behling, into the pot.
So now Behling going to mull it over and throw it away. So 2 to the turn. Casale and Seidel. King of diamonds on the turn.
Casale now has 2 pair. Nico Behling is silently cursing his bad luck. He doesn't know that he dodged a huge bullet. Big bet from Casale.
$300,000.
Now Seidel has gone from being a favorite to an underdog. This is a pretty good semi-bluffing opportunity, except we know it won't work. If Erik Seidel tries to push Antonio Casale off this hand, he will get called. He's just going to call, it looks like. Seidel looking for a 7, a queen, or a spade.
Deuce of hearts.
Seidel whiffs.
I'm all in. All in?
And Casale goes all in, $655,000.
I'm starting to believe you might have something.
Yeah, I got 2 cards. They're both brown. What do you call that?
And Seidel has 2 cards, and the biggest one is a 10.
They call me the bluff machine downstairs.
This sales job is not going to work.
All right. Machine. Take it.
The professional fool.
Seidel good-naturedly folds, and Casale will pick up a huge pot.
The wombat's habitat is getting smaller and smaller here.
Casale is a 67-year-old from Melbourne. He still works as a civil engineer, rarely misses a day of work or a day of poker.
My name is Antonio Casale. I'm from Italy. I've been playing a clown for about 6 years.
He's one of the old masters from Crownland. Hard-working man. He's my pick to win from here.
I love to hear him, because I know that he's a lot of good player, and when you play poker, anything can happen here.
You don't bluff me. Even if you throw in all on the flop, I still call it.
My dad's work ethic is he works hard, always worked hard, never stops. We have a saying, you either work to live or you live to work. He lives to work.
My mother used to call me, you were like a donkey. Many times I've been sick with fever, I went to work. And she said, why? Oh, yeah, that's the way I am.
He's not the type of person who can sit still at all. If he sits still, he goes nuts, he goes bananas. I've been telling him for years to retire. Retire, you're old. You come home every day, you complain, I got a sore back, everything's sore, this and that. He goes, what am I going to do if I retire? I go, nuts.